Gemini 2.5 Flash Image Model, also known as Nano Banana, is now available for everyone for free, and it's awesome. It has some limitations and even some kind of bugs, but this is the best AI image editor out there right now. Here, you can easily restore and colorize old monochrome photos, remove objects by just specifying in your prompt what exactly you want to delete. Just a moment ago, a knight was standing here, and now it's just a peaceful landscape. Or for example, if you have some portrait, you can create shot from different angle, and it will look really consistent. Obviously, it works better if you use front view portrait as reference. Here are zoomed in and zoomed out versions of both images. I also tried to unzoom landscape, and it looks pretty good. But what if I want to look at the scene from completely different angle? This is possible too. Original image is the photo of some real place, and it can look differently from this point of view in real life. But you can see that this factory looks completely realistic. Or look at this scene. 5 people in some co-working. There are lots of details. Here's shot from above by Nano Banana. Look how accurately it recreated almost everything from the reference photo. People are in the same poses with the same facial expressions. Distance between these two men and the tables on the background is just right. Again, here's original image and the result. A cup of coffee and a glass of water appeared here, along with some notebooks and a piece of paper, in places that are not visible on the reference photo behind the two men. But these things look completely believable in these places. Now look at this portrait of girl with dark hair, black clothes, and glasses, and there are green tiles on the wall. I changed colors of each element I mentioned without changing composition, girl's pose, etc. Nano Banana almost solved problem of virtual try-on for clothing and accessories. It can be single item, or you can add multiple. Like I did with this red jacket and sunglasses. As you can see, it works very well. And obviously, you can make person on the image hold any object in their hands. This means that you can place your products on almost any image, no matter if the hands of the person are visible on the original image. I got each of these 3 images on the first try. Time of the day, season, and lighting of the image can be edited without significant changes in main details and composition, or you can almost seamlessly change the location while keeping the main subject the same. Of course, this is a great tool for creating realistic, consistent characters. I'm going to show you the best ways how you can keep the face consistent all the time later in this video. Style transfer also can be made easily. Just describe style you want to add or use reference image. And look at this. I found images with some typography, and guess what? You can change the text, but the font and most of its style parameters will be the same. It works good if the text on the original image is recognizable enough. Or if you already have some typography, you can change point of view, for example, and add different effects or put it into different scene and composition. I really like this one. You can even put different people into the same scene, but this option is a little bit unstable, so probably you'll have to make few attempts before getting perfect result. Now I want to give you tips on how to get better results. There are few ways how you can access this tool, but the easiest one is to use it in Google's Gemini AI chat. This is completely free now, and I didn't see any limitations on the amount of images you can generate or edit here. Go to google.gemini.com and select Gemini 2.5 Flash version if it's not selected. Add your image or multiple images here, and then describe what you want to create or change. For example, I want to remove crown from king's head. Generation usually takes from 30 seconds to few minutes, depending on the complexity of your request and maybe on user load. Image is ready. Here you can save it in full quality, and Nano Banana adds this small watermark to all the generated images. As you can see, there is no significant image degradation. Result is still sharp enough. You can repeat your request, and you'll get different variation of the image instead of this one, so you should save it if you don't want to lose current variation. Don't be afraid to specify all the changes you want to make in one request. Description of each change should be as clear as possible, but sometimes it can forget something you mentioned. For example, I want to remove beard and mustache, make this man smile, turn image into perfect front view portrait, and add rounded glasses. So you can see that it did everything right, but beard and mustache are still here, so I need to make another request to finally remove them. And probably it won't be visible on the video, but this time image quality is slightly worse. Image degradation problem appears in all the AI image editors, where you can make changes with just text or with in-painting. This happens because AI cannot keep 100% of the original image quality when generating edited version. And obviously, if you'll edit already AI edited image, previously generated image will be used as reference, so the quality of the new picture will be even a little bit worse. I recommend you to make no more than 2 or 3 steps of editing if the quality of the result is really important to you. Nano Banana is a really good tool for creating consistent characters. For example, I'll add this image as reference. I want to add black tank top, jeans, shorts, and sneakers, and I want to make her run on the beach. And look at the result. Everything I mentioned is on the image, face looks consistent, and there are no problems with hands and fingers. Okay, let's make side view variation. It looks nice and consistent compared to previous picture. The only thing is that she looks like she is flying or jumping. But look what will happen if I'll try to make face close-up after creating side view. The girl is similar to the reference image in some way, but the consistency of the face is lost. This issue is a little bit similar to the quality degradation problem. The more steps we do, the worse the result. In this case, when I created close-up, generator used the latest generated image as reference. So as soon as the side view doesn't allow us to clearly recognize all the facial features which are visible on the uploaded image, it created some more generic face. You can fix this in different ways. Here, you can edit your prompt to generate new image instead of already generated one. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll ask Nano Banana to keep the clothing the same, and additionally specify that the girl from the uploaded image should appear on the generated picture. It should be extreme face close-up, for example. Okay? It just copied previous side view image. Such things happen when the prompts are very similar, so Nano Banana tries to save its computational powers. So I'll make my prompt more specific. I'll make additional reminder that her face should be similar to the original image, but the pose should correspond the situation on the generated image to prevent copying the composition exactly from the uploaded picture. As you can see, it works. Person is the same and all other details look good. Sometimes when you don't receive what you expect, you can just use redo button and get little bit different result. Like in this case, I didn't change the prompt, but now I have closer shot. This is the first way how you can make Nano Banana keep almost perfect character consistency by reminding it about the uploaded image each time. But there's also another option. There are two reasons you should try it, not just consistency. I'll go to menu and create new chat. You can see the list of all your chats in the left sidebar. I'll upload the same reference image, and I'll briefly describe the scene and outfit. This time, she will wear a dress and stand amidst a kitchen at evening. Consistency is high enough. But to continue creating images with different descriptions, I'll edit the prompt I used to get previous result. So each new image will replace previously generated one. New image looks even better. The advantage of this option is obvious. You don't have to repeat the same things in your prompts each time to remind Nano Banana to use uploaded image as reference for each new generation. You just update the prompt without worrying about possible consistency issues. Second reason why you should use this way to edit and generate images is the fact that the longer your chat, the longer the generation takes. So for example, instead of 30 seconds, you can wait for a minute and a half or even more to get one image. Probably this happens because there are too many operations in one chat. For example, when you make lots of edits of some images, a lot of information is accumulating in the chat. So each time when you make new image generation request, AI tries to make the output maximum contextually relevant. So it analyzes previous messages in the chat, generated and uploaded images. So obviously, if there's only one request in the chat, there's not so much information to process. I wasted certain amount of time making everything in one chat before I tried to start over with the new one. I recommend you to use several reference images of any object or person. This becomes obvious when you try to get some certain facial expression on your consistent character, or if the mouth of the person on the reference image is closed, but you want to create images of this person smiling. Teeth can look differently on each generated image. Or if the object on the reference image is not symmetrical, sometimes it can be tricky for the AI to guess how the side which is not depicted on the uploaded picture should look, but be careful when using multiple references or adding some object to the image. I've generated this image of a girl earlier, and I want to replace her dress with this one. I added image of a dress and created corresponding prompt. And look what happened. The generated image is so long. Okay, I'll remove words, everything else is the same. So the result will be more similar to the reference image of a green dress. For some reason, when you use multiple references or add object to the generated picture from reference like I did in this case, the image you get has aspect ratio of the reference picture with the object you wanted to add. I hope this problem will be fixed in near future. This is annoying because prompts like change aspect ratio of this image don't work. It just recreated the same image without any changes, as you can see. But you can fix this by using reference images of the same aspect ratio. For example, I use Photopea, free online Photoshop clone. I just add my original image and make it transparent, and then the images of the items that I want to put on my character. And now I can be sure that the aspect ratio of the generated image will be the same. So I opened new chat, uploaded my images, and asked Gemini to make her wear this green dress, and finally I got what I wanted, so you can see that this method works. And what about censorship in Nano Banana? This is a tool from Google. It obviously won't generate images with violence or something completely inappropriate. People in the generated images should wear at least something something like underwear, or for example some top and tights. Too suggestive poses or gestures are not allowed, but you can get something kind of spicy if you won't use too obvious and straightforward prompts. I think censorship can become stricter in the next updates, but who knows?